A coordinator explains there's a new category, a recipient genuinely sick, years on a legal waiting list, running out of time, and a donor who has been sourced and compensated. Remove the kidney, place it in the recipient, both in the same room, tonight. $80,000 per procedure. You know what a waiting list looks like. 103,000 people in the United States are on one right now. 13 of them will not make it to tomorrow. Not because the surgery is too hard, because the organ never came. You have stood at bedsides with nothing to offer. You tell yourself you're filling the gap the system refuses to fill. You go. The donor is 23. He came from somewhere far away and signed a form without reading it because a man at a migrant shelter showed him a number and the number was enough. He is nervous. You tell him the body adapts. 4 hours. The kidney is viable. The recipient reaches for his wife's hand when he wakes up. The donor asks when his money is coming. He's told it arrives after he refers someone new. You find out what he was paid 3 weeks later when a coordinator mentions it like a line item. $3,000 against the $80,000 you received, against the $100,000 the recipient's family paid. The rest flows into the network. The detective, the inspector, the administrator. The donor is already back at the shelter making his referral. The next call has already been placed. You are 4 procedures past that one before the full weight of it lands. A year in, a second patient dies. Kidney recipient. Post-operative bleed you could not have predicted. 2 hours, 4 a.m. The van comes. Another missing persons report joins the pile the detective will redirect before lunch. The coordinator hands you the envelope anyway. $80,000. He says, "These things happen. 2 procedures tomorrow. Get some rest." You put the envelope in your bag. You get some rest. You show up for the 2 procedures tomorrow. 61 procedures in 14 months. 4 deaths. 3 faces you recognized in missing persons photographs. 2 accounts in names that are not yours. 1 reinstated license folded in a drawer. You are the best at something no one talks about, and everyone in that world knows it. Then the coordinator calls and says the principal wants to meet you. In person. Tonight. The building is legitimate. Real signage. The kind of place that appears in hospital foundation newsletters. Past a security desk where the guard nods without checking ID. Down 2 floors in an elevator that requires a key is a surgical suite that cost more to build than the hospital you trained in. The principal is already there. You have felt his effects for 14 months without ever seeing his face. He controls what moves through this city, the legal and the illegal, the things on manifests and the things that are not. He is the reason the detective redirects, the reason the inspector never visits, the reason the envelopes always arrive. He shakes your hand. He says in 14 months you have not lost a patient to error, only to circumstance. He says that distinction matters to him. He tells you he is expanding. 3 countries, new cities, a network that moves organs across borders through ports with the right people paid at the right checkpoints. He opens a folder on the table. 61 procedure reports. Every date, every location, every patient who did not make it, and where the van took them afterward. He closes it without sliding it toward you. He says, "Your daughter takes the 8 a.m. lecture on Tuesdays. She is very consistent." He says it the way you might mention the weather. Then he stands, says the first patient arrives at 6, and walks out. The door clicks shut. You are alone. You look at the folder. You look at the instrument tray on the steel table. Every tool in your exact preferred order. The personal sequence you developed over 10 years that you never wrote down. That someone has spent 14 months watching you use without you ever knowing. You think about the phone ringing at 11 p.m. The tuition bill is face down on the counter. Every envelope. Every time you told yourself you were choosing. You walk to the scrub sink. You turn on the water. You spent your whole career walking into rooms to save lives. You never once checked whether the door locked behind you. Watch this.